here in Washington State. He's been with the Longview Police Department for about 4 years. He has been my partner the whole time, and to kind of answer some questions that we get all the time. Yes, he comes home with me every night. Yes, he is a crazy dog. Yes, he sheds all the time. And yes, he loves coming to work. He is a tracking and apprehension dog, so he is used to find people, and if need be, he will bite them. I think we're at about 100 deployments in 4 years. He's helped, assisted finding about 30 people, and only one person has ran from him, and Con caught them very fast, and they gave up. So he loves his work. He loves coming to work. He's in the back seat of the silver car right there with his name on the side. So you're going to see a little bit of a behavior change when Con realizes that the mayor has a bite sleeve on his arm. So if everybody knows Spencer Bordier right here next to Officer Dennis. Let's give him a round of applause just before this gets started. The bite sleeve that he has on has like a hard inner shell, so he will only feel pressure from the dog. It's not like the teeth are penetrating or anything like that. And it has an exterior material that kind of mimics clothing. So this is what we use to train our canines to do the bite portion so they feel confident biting on people. So what we'll have the mayor come out and do is he's going to stand out in front of Con and I. So you can see already he knows the game. He knows that the target is in front of him. So what we'll do in training is we'll usually send the dog full speed, but we'll be kind to the mayor today. We'll be kind to the mayor today and not do that, but we'll have just a little bit of a running take. And you can see that he's super focused on him. That's his big toy. So what we'll do is we'll give Con his bite command and we'll take that sleeve from the mayor. So you can see how excited Con is. He's not going to let go or give up until he gets that sleeve. So, good boy, that's a good man. He loves showing off afterwards, so he'll ram people on the legs. He'll show off the sleeve that he just won. It's his big boy. Good boy. Good man. So we're going to bring out Nero to do the same. So, unfortunately, even though Nero and Con, our other canine, grew up together, they no longer get along. So we'll have to put Con up, and Officer Dennis is going to get Nero and talk about Nero a little bit.
They're putting somebody else in the pole. Watch out, bud.
Testing. Okay, so this is Canine Nero. Quick little fun fact. Who here is a Star Trek nerd? Okay, I see a couple hands. To be expected. So Con and Nero are both villains in the Star Trek universe. So So both Officer Viagran and I are nerds, and so we named our dogs after Star Trek villains. Anyway, Nero is originally from Germany. He's just about 5 years old, just like Con. He also has that sable coloring. German Shepherds actually come. He's excited. German Shepherds actually come in about 11 different colors. You'll see the classic black and brown, white, black, gray even, and then this sable coloring. And I've said this a couple times, so some of you may have heard this before, but the sable coloring is interesting because it wasn't a color for the dogs that was valued for purebreds. So what happened is over time, a lot of the sable colored dogs got relegated to working job duties. And so you'll see the bloodlines continue, and a lot of the dogs that are in the working field will have that sable coloring. So if you notice, there's a lot of dogs that look very similar. You may see military working dogs, police working dogs in that sable coloring, and that's why. So some of these commands are in German, some of them are in English. We kind of use a little bit of a hybrid for some of those. So you'll hear some of those commands from me today that I'll give to him. He's also trained in tracking and apprehension. We use the dogs primarily for tracking. We use their very strong sense of smell to smell human odor. Everybody here has a unique odor and is shedding about 42,000 skin cells a minute, which is kind of gross, but everybody does, and everybody has a unique odor. And you shed more skin cells when you're running, when you're working out, when you're exasperating yourself. And so what the dogs will do is they'll smell those skin cells after they fall off your body and then they fall on the ground. The other thing that they're able to detect is disturbances in the ground, so dirt getting flung up, other stuff like that. So in a minute here, the mayor's going to do the same thing like we did with Con, and I'm going to send Nero. He's going to get on a bike with him, and he's not going to let go until either I say so or the mayor lets go of the sleeve. But we're going to demonstrate him letting go and coming back to me first. Because we value obedience, and the dogs need to understand that they need to listen to us if they want to have their toy, which is the bite sleeve in this case. So here we go. And then after the mayor is done, one of our cadets is going to come out in a full bite suit, and she's going to try to outrun one of the dogs.
Quiet house, huh? Kids are good. We did the dishes.
Oh no, that's going too
So as you can tell, when we send our dogs, we have a lot of back pressure on them because we don't want them going 100 miles per hour and colliding into the mayor and knocking him down. But these dogs can run very fast, obviously faster than we can. And if we did that full sprint contact, it would be pretty tough on the mayor. So we'll spare him that today. You want me to get... So we're gonna have our cadet come out now. This is Bella. Let's give her a round of applause. You'll see when she walks out here, she's wearing a very large, thick, like Michelin Man suit. It's kind of similar to the sleeve, but it doesn't have like that hard casing. So you can like punch her, push her, she really can't feel anything. So just like with the sleeve, when the dog bites onto her, she'll feel the pressure of the bite, but it's not like the teeth are going through or anything like that. The worst that usually happens is maybe some bruising and maybe some soreness the next day. So Bella is a professional at this. She's been helping the canine handlers for some time now, and she really enjoys getting bit by the dog. So let's see how she does today. Yeah, so our canines are trained to not let go until they're either directed to or the person surrenders. So Nero will stay on this bite as long as he needs to until he's either outed by Officer Dennis or he tells him to come back to him. You can see how his tail is wagging. You see his focus is completely on Bella. He knows what his job is, and he will hold on until the end. Okay, so just to demonstrate some of that obedience that we talk about, it's very, very important the dogs listen to us. I cannot stress that enough. So what we do is we set up scenarios for the dogs that they think is play, right? They're having fun, they're chewing on something, it's their favorite activity, but they only get to do that if we tell them to, right? So, and that translates out in the real world because we don't want somebody, getting bit longer than they need to or having an accident. So what I'm going to demonstrate here, Bella is going to come up. She's going to wave her hand in front of him, and Nero, hopefully, will not bite her. So this just kind of demonstrates that control that we generally have over the dogs. Now, keep in mind, they're mammals. Sometimes they like to cheat and take the easy path. So we're constantly battling that because they are obviously living creatures and have their own sense of will. But we'll see how this goes. Yeah, so one of the tests that we have to certify every year, or every 2 years, it's called master protection. So what will happen is Officer Dennis is going to do a pat down of Bella, who is our suspect, and Bella is not going to do what she's supposed to, and she is going to attack Officer Dennis. And what the goal is for Nero to respond and to protect him. So we will see how Nero performs. Looks like you did pretty well. So to make these exercises even funner, when we don't have all of you around, this has to be performed offline and with no e-collar. So they have to listen to us only verbally. We can't touch the dogs. We can't move them. We can't control them with a leash or an e-collar. They have to perform everything by just listening to us. So you can imagine the challenge it can be, especially with how hard or how headstrong these dogs are and how much they enjoy what they do. So we're going to put Nero up real fast. We're going to do one more thing with Bella. Bella is going to try and outrun Con. Anybody here think she can do it in that big suit? She's going to try though, so we'll see how it goes.
Excuse me, we're going to sneak past here.
So we're going to make this even funner for Bella. We're going to have her start over here with Con, and we're going to give her a little bit of a head start and see how far she can get before Con catches up to her. So anybody think she can outrun him? No. Nobody? No faith? I don't know. Bella's pretty fast. I've seen her run before. Well, we'll give it a shot, see what happens. So the dogs are pretty fast. They can run about 28 to 30 miles an hour, depending on the circumstances. So there's not anybody alive that can outrun a dog, but everybody thinks they can, right? It's gonna be especially hard for Bella wearing the bite suit, but we'll see if she can do it. While we're waiting for Con, does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask? Go ahead. Say that again. I don't think even Usain Bolt is faster than a dog. Maybe. Maybe he's close, I don't know. So another question that people frequently ask is, how do we select dogs? Where do the dogs come from? And it's kind of a long, lengthy answer, but the quickest answer I can give you is a lot of the dogs come from breeders overseas. A lot of the dogs come from bloodlines of working dogs for several generations, and there are people that run kennels that are especially trained in selection. So they evaluate the dogs, they look for their drive, they look for their athleticism, whether they have any environmental issues, anxiety, and then they import the dogs to America, and then they're typically sold either to the Department of Defense for the military, or obviously police dogs, etc. So that's kind of how that process works. Okay, so just a minute here. Bella is going to take off at a full sprint, and she's going to try to get away from Canine Con. We're going to see if she's successful or not. All right, he's going to give her some warnings she's going to listen to, and she's going to run in 3, 2, 1. Wow, that didn't take very long. So each of the dogs weighs, I think Con's a little over 70 pounds and Nero's just about 80, which doesn't sound like a massive number, but you gotta understand that when these dogs are trying to get their toy, they're using all of that weight to their advantage. So they're thrashing, they're pulling, they're trying to do everything they can to get that toy from the decoy. So it's not surprising that she falls down when she's in the bite suit, because it's a lot of force to absorb. Mobility is not a strong point of the suit. Here's Cookie. All right, teamwork. So first, let's give it up for Bella. Great job. Took it like a champ. Like I said, she comes out with us frequently to do canine work. She loves hiding from the dogs. She loves the bite suit, so she keeps coming back. We're going to give the dogs just a little bit of a break, but then after that, our now animal control officer over here waving, Rebecca Martin, she wants to put the bite suit on and get chased by the dogs. Fun fact about Rebecca, she used to be a cadet as well, and she loved coming out and getting bit by the dogs as well. So I'm not sure what it is with these two, but they have a great time doing it. So give us about 15-20 minutes. We're gonna swap Bella out of this bite suit, and we're gonna put Rebecca in, and we're gonna see if she can outrun the dogs. One more time for Bella.
Let's get me out of here.